Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time, you like the channel, you like the program, subscribe and put on your notification bell because it's gonna help you to know when I upload a new video. Like you all may know, I present information across the globe, especially Nigeria to be precise, and I want to appreciate my viewers, my subscribers. You guys are so amazing, especially those who always tune in to watch me each time I upload a new video. It's not easy for you to leave what you are doing to watch my videos, especially those of my friends who hit me with harsh comment. I am not against anybody. I'm just a journalist. I'm presenting to you what is happening in the whole world. So if you think that the video or my title is not good, tell me. I am a human being. I have conscience and reasoning, and I read your comment. I'm going to make amend, okay, my wonderful people? So I open up a new YouTube channel where I talk about life in Germany. If you want to come to Germany to study, to live, to relocate, to work, follow that link. I'm going to put the link down below. Click on it. It will take you there. If you want to chat to me one-on-one, or maybe you want to get enough clarification, please contact me on IG with the name Chukwuezitochi. And for those who are telling me that this is an old video, it might be old to you, but to others it's not old. If you think that the video is old to you, then you can walk away. Please, let's watch this video.
Let's start this way. Nigeria is in perpetual conflict. These are your words, sir. And so NAS must begin the process of returning the country to regionalism to tackle the rising unrest. Now, there were unrest in the region then too, if you remember, Iba. And some have said it's not a question of style, but the people running the styles. Let's get your response.
I'm not hearing again.
Good. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you back now.
Okay, good, fantastic.
I can hear you back now.
Good, yeah. Fantastic. So let's go back from where I started earlier. Nigeria is a perpetual conflict. These are your words. And the NAS must begin the process of returning the country to regionalism to tackle the rising unrest. And I add that there were also unrest in the regions too then, and some have said it's not a question of really of style, but the people running the styles. Let's get your reaction on that, your response rather on that.
Well, we have to look the genesis of the grievances of the youths on the protest of EndSARS, because when you see part of their demand, they were demanding for change of constitution. And don't forget that our youths who protest within a period of 2 weeks ago did not have adequate response in the media. They couldn't have a spokesman to articulate their demands. They have sacrificed a lot to make a positive change in Nigeria, to make sure we have a very reliable and a country that we can be proud of. And after they were being attacked on Tuesday by the military, a lot of things have happened. And we realized that our security architecture, we solely rely on the federal security architecture. The governor did not have the power to respond to any crisis, and even the region were not coordinated in terms of a security network. And we have been agitating for restructuring as a solution to move Nigeria forward. We can see a situation we have now. If care is not taken, if we don't learn our lesson from this issue, the future of Nigeria is bleak. And when a crisis happens like this, a good leader, not to calm the people that are involved in that crisis, is to provide a solution. I've listened to a lot of statements without suggesting a solution to the problem. And it's our right as a citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria to make sure that we calm our youth, we preach peace, and at the same time, use that opportunity to suggest a solution to the people in authority. And you can see the issue of this EndSARS. And a single attack on this youth have generated a lot of interest internationally from the international institution and a different powerful government that we can call a Western government and a government that was highly respected. Don't forget that the American delegation went to the federal government in the villa and discussed with them about the unexpected killing of our youth in Lekki. And when you are talking of a solution, I believe if this country is not restructured within the period of 2 years, the country may result into war. And when you see what is coming from the north, our crisis did not start from the EndSARS. When you gauge what happened in the northwest, about 70 of the northwest has a lot of security threat from the bandits. And from the northeast, the issue of Boko Haram and different organizations is the order of the day. And even in the Middle Belt, about 50% of the Middle Belt are crying wolf about the attack of some Fulani herdsmen. And the Southwest that usually be a peaceful region in the history of our dear country, we are witnessing some uncoordinated attack from criminals in our farms and our cities. And a lot of kidnappings, a lot of ritualists are operating in our region that we have never experienced in the history of our existence. And now coming to the issue of EndSARS, you see, we have to learn a lot of lessons. And at the same time, we have to prefer a solution. If the people in power did not know the implication of what happened, we that was very close to the commoner, we have to give them a very good suggestion. And that was one of the reasons I said that let Nigeria be restructured into region based on the 6 geopolitical zones that enshrined in the 1999 Constitution. Simple. The detailed contents can follow by the leaders by meeting the federal government. And I can suggest to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the President should lift out the Republic Constitution of 1963. The Republic Constitution is the only constitution that our leader sat down and wrote by themselves without any infiltration and without even the influence of the colonial masters. The 1960 and 1963 Constitution, we can look into it and the contents and look at detailed replicants of what we have in that 1963 Constitution to solve the problem we have on ground. There's no doubt Nigeria cannot move forward without restructuring. And if Nigeria did not restructure, I'm afraid Nigeria will break as soon as possible. I will tell you that. Some elite did not want to hear that. And the truth must be told. Because the elite that did not believe in restructuring did not know that the crisis of EndSARS will come. We could not lay our finger on their leader. We try as much as possible to make sure when this peaceful protest started, who is their leader? Who is the person coordinating them? I now realize that the spirit behind these youths go beyond human being imagination. There is hunger, there is hunger, and most of Nigeria are not pleased the way the government are ruling the country. And that was what led to the crisis after the attack of Lekki on Tuesday. We have some miscreant looting public property and private property because most of them are not well paid unemployment. And most of them were not even employed. And most of them have been deprived as a very good citizen to enjoy the goodwill as a citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria. They couldn't care. And as a person that led an organization, Oduduwa People's Congress, we realized that most of the miscreants that commit this atrocity, they are not up to the age of 20. They are not up to the age of 20. And you see them in number moving to a street and destroying property, taking away a valuable property from the street. For almost 1 week now, cannot be clarified. People did not realize that the area on Kakanfo we have now did not even have the power. The authority did not support Ariano Kakanfo. Instead of them to complement this traditional position in terms of defense, they were trying to weigh it down. And now the boy is on our court to make sure we save Nigeria as a country. That was a pressure on me, both in abroad and our people in homeland. And I try to explain to them there is a limit I can do about the internal security. All the Southwest governor, no one have called me that, what can you do? Even though I did not have a position of Ariano Kakanfo. As a person who had a group in the Southwest with the population of not less than 6 million people, I have a role to play. Even though in the level of issuing statements, in the level of me consulting people, talking to people, and even appealing to the grassroots people, I have a role to play. In between, there was a crisis between the Yoruba people and the Hausa people in Fagba, in Nabato. We tried to manage it so that it will not escalate. It will not be a double racket crisis to the nation. So we tried to manage it, even though there was a lot of casualty on our side. But we to move to a situation of civil war. In between of this EndSARS crisis, the propaganda that the Igbo people was the one looting property, attacking a party. We try to dispel that rumor that you don't know the implication of this propaganda you are pushing out. You want to cause a civil war. The population of the Igbo living in Lagos will less than not and most of them are highly resourceful. They are businessmen. Don't bring the issue to this crisis. The one on ground, let us resolve it. Because we have issue with the Hausa community in Nabatio, and you are now bringing an Igbo issue. What do you want to cause? It will lead to civil war, and we don't pray for that. So a good leader should prepare to weather any storm. And when you're about to weather any storm, you have to prepare a solution. It's not enough to be calling for calm without a solution. I expected all the former head of state to advise President Muhammadu Buhari to bring out 1963 Constitution and 1960 Constitution. Let them sit down. Let us see what we can do about this Constitution. I was one of the people that went to the national conference in 2014. We tried to provide a lot of solutions to move this country forward. In the solution, we recommended about 664 content that can move this country forward. But I realized that the event is becoming overshadow what we recommended. Even though it's part of the solution, I realized that even though we want to use that document, it will not solve up to 80% of the problem we have now. A lot of things have happened between 2014 to 2020. I believe a total solution, if we don't want this country to break, is to go back to our constitution. When a children fall, he look forward. But when an old man fall, he look at the back. Where are we coming from? How did we have to be the same nation?
Let's get in here.
We have a self-government from the
Hello.
Yeah, let's
can you hear us?
Yeah,
right.
let's just you said a lot within this few minutes that we started having this conversation. So before you move forward, let's just touch on some of the things that you mentioned. Now, as we already know, one of the major problems that we have in Nigeria is tribalism. And looking at this system, regionalism that you're speaking about, one of the issues that it had was the fact that it promotes, what's the word now, ethnic loyalty. So looking at the fact that we're already in a system that is very tribalistic, and then we're going to, you're saying that we should go back to a system that promotes ethnic loyalty. How does that now solve the problem that Nigeria faces?
Well, you don't know that Nigeria is a tribal country. Nigeria is a country of many countries. And many countries that move forward in the whole world will not run a unitary system of government under a population of 200 million. Even a country with a population of 3 million, if they have about 20 ethnic nationalities, they have to respect the interests of every ethnic in that nation by running that government in a federated unit so that every ethnic may have an equal right. Because I don't know what you are talking about unity. Because when you are talking about unity, what we borrow, the system we borrow in 1979 was a crude federalism, a system from United States of America. America have about 50 states, and each state have the autonomy to develop at their own pace. They have a state police, they have the Federal High Court, Appeal Court to Supreme Court. And a governor in the United States is a mini vice president in the United States. A governor in the United States even have almost the power the vice president in America have. So I don't know what you talk about unity without cohesion. I don't know what you talk about unity without justice. I don't know what you talk about unity without being honest with what our forefathers agreed in 1960 to come together under the federating unit. And I don't know what you talk about unity without looking for a way forward. You are talking of unity and we are running to crisis and we almost run to civil war. I'm talking of a situation that every region should develop at their own pace. Every region should coordinate themselves very well, and we should meet in federal capital in Abuja as a central. There must be a limit power to the executive in federal level. You bring almost 70 to 80% of the power to the federal government, and most of the crises, all crime are local. All crime in the world are local. For you to involve in any crime, start in your own community or your own local government. And it's only local authority that can solve the issue of crime. It's only the state government that can know the criminal within their vicinity. It's only the people in the state government can know the criminal that have infiltrated their state. Why are you pushing federal in the word of unity? Where is that unity now? Where is that unity? There was a lot of protests in the South. The North are saying they are not protesting. They were doing pro-government and say they want SARS. Where is the unity? And when we are talking about EndSARS in the South, and the Niger Delta is coming with their resource control, where is that unity? So if we want to find unity, we have to look for justice.
All right, let me come in there. Let me come in there. All right, let me come in there. All right, you really touched on a very important point, the fact of all crime or something like that are local. Now, I am wondering, what are traditional leaders like you doing at this time to reconcile warring parties, help heal the nation, and to encourage the rebuilding process? Now, I said that because you have organizations local, such as OPC, you have the Amoteku, and one is wondering, why didn't they come in to help? We just said now that these things are localized, and these are local entities. So why didn't they come in to help stop the destruction, the mayhem that, and then you're talking about regions.
Well, Amoteku process started by July last year, and the Southwest governor agreed to make sure they establish Amoteku, and they process it to establish as a law. But unfortunately, 5 governors in Southwest have signed the bill of Amoteku to law. But Lagos State haven't signed their own bill to law. They were talking about community police from the federal police. And you can see what is on ground now. The crisis was highly hit in Lagos State more than other states. Assuming we agree that we continue with the process of Amoteku, the collateral damage that happened within a period of 3 days will less. We won't have a serious issue up to 25% of what happened, because a good leader should be preparing for future. A good leader should be having a plan B of not only in terms of security, but they couldn't take it serious. They were thinking about their own political ambition. They jettisoned the security of their people. And the most responsibility of any government is to make sure there is law and order, and to protect the life and property of their citizens. And secondly, it's not only the fault of the governor. We got we got an information that the governor sent a representative to meet National Security Advisor, and the National Security Advisor refused to approve just pump action and day gun to be used by Amoteku. Do you want them to use their teeth to attack hardened criminals? Do you want them to use their teeth and just ordinary hand to face a serious criminal with AK-47? And that was the time that was a stalemate. That was the time that the governors cannot move forward with their process, although they were still in the process of recruitment. And I believe this ugly incident will be a lesson to federal government.
Yeah, you've addressed.
If they want to hold this country as a country, or if they want to allow if they want to allow lacuna so that the problem can happen to this country.
Yeah, you've addressed one side of that question. I called Amoteku.
What is the second
and
side?
then OPC.
Yeah.
OPC is well known in Lagos. So even if you say Amoteku hasn't been signed.
Those who did not know the effort and the importance of OPC could have known it within the period of 3 days. I slept 4 a.m. today. Apart from the community that engaged OPC to secure the environment, the police, most of the police formation that was not born, about 50% of it was jointly protected by the police and OPC. And even the landlord association that did not even recognize OPC, about 70% of the estate have requested for the security of their estate within a period of 3 days that this ugly incident happened. And even the community leaders who did not even know that OPC is in existence have called for the assistance of OPC when this Oshin and Hoodlum started looting. Even in Laboring State, the Oyo State and other states, some powerful politicians started calling me yesterday evening. And I don't even know the strength we have on ground can do what they expect us to do now, because there's a fear, and there's a fear that their houses and their business can be attacked. So when you have something that is good for you, you try to play it down. When the ship are down, you know the importance of that group or anything you have in your own disposal.
Interesting. Now let's still talk about, what you mentioned with regards to regionalism. Now, the thing is, if you think about it, there's always going to be the majority ethnic groups, and there's going to be the minority. And there's always been a thing about the majority having dominance, while the minority doesn't get as much. This has always been, a problem. So looking at the fact that this regionalism thrives on this, how is this going to solve the problem?
I'm not hearing again.
You would like me to repeat the question? Okay, so basically I said something. In every system of government, there's always the majority and the minority. All states are never equal. Even in the US, some states do better than others. And speaking of regionalism, some ethnic groups are definitely a lot more than others. And it is very probable that there will be a dominance of one ethnic group as opposed to another. So how does this fix the problem? Because taking everything that Nigeria has been back to the 1963 constitution, there is a reason that it was changed. So why do you think that this is the best solution for Nigeria, and the National Assembly needs to restructure Nigeria back to where it was in 1963?
Well, the Constitutional Conference of Abacha in 1996 have solved the problem in terms of the larger ethnic group and the minority. And they have carved Nigeria into 6 zones. If we want to go back to regionalism, we can't go back on 3 regions before we have in 1960 to 1966, before the military concrete our federalism. I think we have to deal with the 6 geopolitical zones we have in Nigeria on the basis of region. And all the regions will be able to sit down and have their own separate constitution apart from federal constitution. The region will have their own constitution, and the state will have their own constitution. Even the local government, a residual part of government, they will have their own constitution. And they will look inward to the environment. They will write a constitution that can fit with your environment. And you are talking about unity. You don't know what caused disunity in Nigeria. How can a 26 military man of occupation write a constitution and give it to you in 1999 as a democratic elected government, and give you the document, and you continue using that document for the period of 21 years without involving in crisis? If military gave you a wrong constitution, it's your duty as a politician to sit down and review the constitution. It's your duty to make sure a content that will move Nigeria forward is being inserted in that document. It's your duty to make sure you listen to the will of the people and make sure do the needful in the basis of justice and equity. If there is no justice and equity, you can never witness peace in any society, not only in Nigeria. Most of the countries that are resorting to war, go and look the beginning, the genesis of their crisis. It's injustice, about structure, about political solution, about corruption. When these 3 things involved in any system, there will be a crisis. But the journalists are just pushing. I watch most of the television. they will be discussing about unity. The bedrock of having unity is justice. The bedrock of having unity is restructuring. The bedrock of having unity is cohesion. The bedrock of having unity is to stop corruption. Let the let the people of the all region relay their own regional leader if they invest their money. I read the president have ordered all ministers to go back to their own state, and you can see that the president know that they should go and talk to their people. And most of them will stay in Abuja for a period of 3, 4, 5 months. By the time they are coming, they won't go to the grassroots, they will go to Ikoyi. After they spend about 2 days in Ikoyi, they take a shopper to the airport, going to the villa again. And you call them a minister that was being nominated from that state. And they don't know the feeling of their people. Yeah, if they were so courageous and they love their people, it's not up to the time that the president will say, go to your people and talk to them. Immediately they know that it's a crisis, they must rush back to their state to appeal to their people. The resources in their disposal to pacify them. There's a serious hunger in the country because the structure we are having is not the agreement of our forefathers to have a one nation. When you default an agreement of the heroes, that's the beginning of the problem. When you default an agreement of the leaders that bring this country together, that's the beginning of the problem. I'm appealing to the President Muhammadu Buhari to write his name in the gold in the history of this country, to make sure as a matter of urgency, bring the Constitution of 1960 and 1963 down and call the Senate President and the Speaker of the House of Reps and the stakeholder in the National Assembly to do needful about this document within the period of 3 weeks. It will suppress the anger and agitation of this young and promising Nigeria who came out at the right time we don't expect to move this country forward. Who saved us from the ugly incident and the disgrace we are having in the international community. Who saved us for imminent war that is coming. So this is an advice to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to move this country forward.
All right. We're still talking. If we have time, we will come to the economic implications that all these have caused. But let's discuss more on the security implications. Let's talk more about the OPC. What do you think can be done more, probably to equip the OPC to be more effective in security, maybe protecting its environments?
Well, the issue of OPC the federal government did not have thought about OPC. It's our people, our political leader, because of jealousy, because they want to play down a group that they know it can be useful to them. Our plan before is that at least 30% of the recruitment of the Amotekun should be a member of OPC. And well structured, they will be trained by retired police, retired army, or retired SSS, so that we can look inward to the internal security of Yoruba land. And not only OPC, we are talking of vigilante, and we are talking of the hunters and other relevant security organizations. But because of the reason best known to them, they decided to jettison it, and most of the recruitment now have police school undertone. But we are not worried, and we are not ravelled with what happened. Now they still have the chance to make sure they do something that will make them be proud of as a son of Yoruba land. Because Igbo people like adventure, but Yoruba like history. When you do the right thing, when you have power, Yoruba will not forget you. But when you do wrong thing, Yoruba will not forgive you. So they have the power to make sure they redress all the problems we have in the Southwest. Not only the issue of security. Where's our free education? Where's our free health? Where's our infrastructure that Chief Obafemi Awolowo built for us? Most of them are putting up the cap of Awolowo, and they don't believe in the ideology of Awolowo. When I was in primary school, I enjoyed free education, free meal. When we got to secondary school, in our Southern secondary school, we were being given a free education. We were being given about 12 or 13 textbooks. They will put a stamp there, not for state, it's from Lagos State government. They'll give us about 20 notebooks as we are entering another time of the season of educational curriculum. And we were being given different opportunity. And the environment was secure. Jakonde did one thing that I will forever remember Jakonde as one of our heroes as politicians. He went to go and building some structures, increase the structure of the school. And he now said that most of the people who are artisans, to come to the school and come and build their education to the secondary school level. By then, when we are in the class, we are so short. Most of the people that came and joined us in the school, they were our brothers. And the policy of Jack Conde was that to give them a certain level of education to secondary school. If you can have an education to secondary school, you will know the implication of involving in crime. You will know the implication of turning yourself to a criminal. You will know the implication that your future is at risk by involving in criminal. That he even said that if they score a period of 25% in their result, they should promote them. 25% enough to promote them. And they were promoting them. They were missing with the son of elite. They were missing with the son of ambassador who is having an embassy, who is leading an embassy in different countries. We were missing with the son of most of the prominent people. We mix together and the commoner. So we have a sense of belonging together. We don't even know the son of the rich. We don't know the son of the poor. So we were going together, and some of our illiterate were being built to the elite side, to the stage of secondary school. And that's what they said, that if they can't cope beyond secondary school, when they have an education to the secondary school level, it's enough for them to push their future, to put their future in the normal place. But when the military came to power in 1984, they should destroy all this policy. They said anybody who did not get up to 50% should be displaced from the school. And that was the beginning of the breaking and destruction of our system. By the time you take education from your children, you are in problem. By the time you don't give them a quality health care, you are in problem. By the time you don't give them a very good infrastructure, you are in problem. It's not about security. You are talking about security. There is something you will do that you will have less pressure about of issue of insecurity. When you give your citizen, your subject, some good part of the government, they will try to listen to you. Look at what happened in the protest when Tony Blair was a Prime Minister of UK. There was a protest in the United Kingdom, and the British government were looking for a way to suppress that protest. They now announce that anybody who continue with the protest, they will take the council flat from them. When they heard that they will take the council flat from them, automatically, nobody wants to lose their council flat. What will Nigerian government use to suppress the protest in terms of what they have given to their citizens? Most of the Oshin that were destroying property, taking away property, they are living under the bridge. Most of them are sleeping under a vehicle of downfall. Most of them were sleeping beside the gutter. So definitely, they know they don't have future. They are ready to destroy. So when you are talking of security, the government should sit down now and make sure they do the needful to the people. The wish of the people is very, very important. Listen to the people. Look at this issue of protesters. Assuming they allow this young, promising youth to continue this protest for a period of 3-4 weeks, peacefully, they will think otherwise. Let us choose a leader to negotiate for us. They will be tired. But they started this ugly mood by burning a station in Orile. Is it the protester that burned that station? It's the Oshin that the politician gave money to go and burn it, so that they can have an opportunity to declare coffee.
Well,
and they declare coffee within 5 hours of declaring that.
That's a serious allegation which can be proven, because he just said they give money to politicians, give money to people to go and burn. I just wanted to correct that. I hope you can hear me.
It's wicked. It's uncalled for.
Well, I hope you can hear me. I was just saying what you said there is a serious, very serious allegation that has to be proven, because before you can say that, what you were saying that politicians give money to people to go and burn, to go and burn a station.
How so?
Do you have my brother, come again? You call me for this interview.
Do you
have any protester in Orile before the station was being burned?
All right, let's go on to
Do you have any protester in Orile before the station was being burned? The burning of Orile station was the #1 excuse to bring coffee to Lagos State. So we have to tell ourselves the truth, and we have to learn lesson from our mistake. We have children. We have children. And these people was killed, and you are now twisting the story. Please, for God's sake, let's stop this ugly incident. Let's move this nation forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, RF.
Thank you. Arise.
Now let's still speaking about you know, what you said earlier. I mean, we're looking at two different issues here. Now it's been 60 years. Yeah, it's been 60 years of the 1999 Constitution. So looking at the economy of Nigeria today, what will be the economic impact of a shift to the regionalist constitution at the moment?
Well, there is no way economy can thrive without working on the issue of power supply. There is no way economy can thrive without working on your infrastructure. There is no way economy can thrive without dealing with your security. The investor can only come to any country and come and invest when there's a 24 hours power supply, when there's a very good infrastructure, when there is a security, adequate security, and a stable policy from federal government. Nigeria will say something today, within 6 months they will go to Federal Executive Council and change it. When you have a stable policy, definitely the fifth one, when there is a justice and rule of law, that was the 5 cardinal points for any reliable investor to come to that country to come and invest. Nigeria is a country that can be a pool of investors for any reliable investor with the population of 200 million people. And Nigeria have everything that take for any investor to have courage to come and invest in billions, even trillions of dollars. We have oil, we have solid mineral, we have a fertile land, and we have a tourism potentials. But because all these 5 things are wanting in our system, it will continue discouraging our investor. You sold oil, you take taxes from the business that is booming, that is not booming, you share the money allocation, and you share the money from federal to state and local government. Even the local government, who are local government chairman, is not assessing their allocation anymore. And this local government are the governor of the grassroots. Most of the commoner do not have any business with the state government. Where the people they have access to is the local government in their own area. The governor will take nothing less than 90% of the allocation from the local government. They will take it away from them. They will just give them running costs and salary of their council. Now our local government system have been killed and shut down completely. And that was one of the reasons for this malaise. That was one of the reasons for this miscreants. Because all these miscreants, they have an opportunity to access the local government chairman. But when you get to the local government chairman, they will tell you, they just give me about 20 million out of 150 million from my allocation. I will remove 5 million or 15 million as a salary, the remaining 5 million for the running costs. And that remaining 5 million, the chairman will take away 2.5 billion. The vice chairman will take away 1.5 billion. The other executive in local government will share 5 billion, and everybody will go to their house. And virtually, you see most of the local government, they are not doing anything anymore, apart from the local government in Lagos State and some of the major cities in Southwest that generate a tax in their own area. And the tax supposed to be taken by the local government. The state government is taking about 80% from them. They have circumvented the constitution, taking what's supposed to be generated by the local government. They have taken it from them, away about 80% from them. And the local government have been capacitated. Definitely, that will be a serious problem on economy. You don't need any serious economists to analyze the problem and the bane of our economic problem in this country. The 5 things, it is well done in any country. I think the country will move forward within the period of 5 years. And most of these things supposed to be done by the region. It's not the problem. It's not the problem of the federal. The region is supposed to get a very good expatriate to come and light their region, build their region about electricity. The region is supposed to do most of the thing about infrastructure. And the region is supposed to build their local security. Regional police, state police, and local government police. And federal will have their own police to work on federal case. We're supposed to have full structure of the police. When you go to Britain, Britain have a population nothing less than 70 million people. Go and see the structure of the police in Britain. It's about 7. Even in the railway, they have their own police that work in tandem with the state police and the municipal police. Even in most of the big universities, they have their own police. In Rome, in Vatican City, the Pope have their own police that run Vatican City like another country. So I think the issue of economy can improve when we have these 5 policy on ground. And when we stop corruption, the corruption can be on the basis of rule of law, can be a content of rule of law. One of the 5 content I told you. The rule of, when there is a rule of law, when you embezzle money, they take you to court, they jail you. When there is a very sound precedent, definitely those people who want to lay hand to the treasury of the country will be very, very careful. And a tribunal about contractor has to be established. If you want to get a contract, there must be a procedure. You will do this contract for a period of, you finish this contract for a period of so time. If you don't do it, you are in problem. You will give us so standard. If you don't do it, you are in problem. And we are giving you 75% of your money. And they will take you to court to sworn and oath to it. And at the end of the day, if you don't do it, a tribunal will take care of that. The issue of EFCC have been politicized. EFCC have been a selective organization. It's an organization we respected a lot before. The villain we just called EFCC, don't probe him again. You see the person that have embezzled the money of a whole state and becoming a minister. We know most of the people that have embezzled the money of the state. About 4 or 7 of them are still a minister under Buhari. What are you talking about corruption? Corruption in my foot. And in a situation, what are you talking about fighting corruption? Fighting corruption in my food. You have to make sure that things are being done at the right way. When you, most of the diplomats, when you see us, that they will tell us, I've never seen a country like Nigeria, that your right will be taken and you kept quiet. And look at what happened now to this youth. Nobody know that they will come out. We were thinking that we will be champion our struggle on intellectual way. Assuming that was a pressure on me that I should go and join the EndSARS protest. And I told them, as a person that have experience on protest, our government did not have a patience to listen to a peaceful protest, to express your grievances. They will still attack them. I talk like a prophet, and it happened at the end of the day. I wrote a letter to the President Muhammad Buhari. Even though you want to dispatch a protester, don't use army. The statement came out last week Monday. Don't use. It's a letter written to the president and circulated to the media. Don't use Nigeria army. Nigeria army was built to face the external aggressors, not an internal issue. Until when there is a war, we see the army in the vicinity of any society. And they came. That was an amateur video for everybody to see. Even show in major traditional TV when they were attacking these young promising children in a close range. And look at the ammunition they use. An ammunition that you will use for an elephant, when you shot one to that elephant, it will not survive within 3 minutes. So definitely, we have to learn lesson from Lekki episode.
Thank you very much for that, Aaron. Now let's go back to what you mentioned about Urili. That was a very, very significant point. Could you give us a broader picture of what happened? You said there were no protesters there, so you strongly believe that there was a deeper meaning as to what was going on there that people are not aware of. Can you tell us what that is?
Don't forget that I have a structure in all local government of Yoruba land. Don't forget that I have nothing less than 5,000 to 7,000 in each local government, in major local government in Yoruba land. Everything that happened there, I was being fed. I was being fed. I may not give you the details in this television, but those who burned that police station, they are ushering, they are not protesters. There was no protest in that area of Lagos. The protest that was happening was in the major road, Alausa, Lekki, Bagada, and Begaye. So there was no major coordinated protest. There was a protest in Orile when the station was burned. You can say that maybe I will not say politician. You can say that, and I can agree with you. But those who burned down Orile station, when the investigation started, you will see what will come out. They are miscreant and ushering. They are not part of the EndSARS. And most of the people, when the EndSARS was being attacked, you can see that the continuation of that station was being burned. I saw the list of the stations that was burned in Lagos. There are 26 police stations. And if not because of the support of our members, they could have burned a police station in Lagos. So definitely, those who involved in the Orile, that's the first station being burned in Nigeria. And that was one precedent and reference for the criminal to have in other stations. And don't forget that most of these criminals have issue with the police. Those people that have been tricked or just, or those who are criminal, and police bring them to justice and they are not happy. And they use the opportunity to use the issue of attack on the youth in Lekki to register their grievances in a very ugly and bad manner. You don't, in all over the world, you don't burn your police station. After the end of this crisis, who will give you safety? And for you to survive as any community, the police must to be protected. But notwithstanding, police even know that they have committed a lot of atrocity that warranted all this crisis. But we must, as a reliable person and intelligent person, you must not burn a police station. And when I realized that this thing is started continue, I have to give an instruction. We have said we should be neutral about this issue, because assuming they cite me on that protest, the federal government could have arrested me now. They were looking for it. And it's unfortunate that some of our politicians were instigating the pick Ghanaians up at any time. When you decided to pick a whole area on Nakakamfo from circulation because of fact that is not committed, and the situation could have worse than what we are seeing now. So now I'm in circulation. I will do my own best to make sure the destruction reduce, to make sure I use my position. And look at the statement I issued yesterday. And apart from that, they could have even turned this issue to ethnic crisis. When one Adenka grandson rolled out that the Igbo should pack out from Lagos, you know how many calls I received within 3 hours from the Igbo leaders? I was telling them, calm down. The guy that was talking was just ordinary paper tigers. He's a non-entity in London. Don't take him so serious. Before you can hear something like that from Yoruba people, it will come from notable Yoruba leaders. And we will never do that, because we have never had problem with the Igbo people, even before the Civil War and after the Civil War. You are a good ally to the Yoruba people. You do your legitimate business in our own area, and we respect you a lot. And we know there is no race without criminal. But in terms of criminal, we don't have the power to put you in justice. And doing the justice is not about to say you should leave our own vicinity. We have a lot of Yoruba in the southeast. And we can't even tell the Hausa people to leave our own vicinity. We have a lot of Yoruba people living in the north and doing very well in terms of their business. By the time you do that to the Igbo people, they will tell your people, they will hit them in their own area. By the time you tell the Hausa people, they will start killing people, call the bridge of the Jeba, and a lot of life will be lost. A strategic person would never do that you do that, give that kind of direction. You must sit down and make sure you resolve. Even though there was a situation of even breaking this country, which we don't pray for, we have to do it in a civilized way. We have to do it in a legitimate way. We have to do it in the process of United Nations, which we don't pray for. We still have the right to make this country remain on the basis of regionalism. That was my position.
Interesting, RM. So, what is the way forward now?
I've given you the way forward, my sister. We don't need to be continually repeating it. It's either we restructure this country and we expect something that is not good in future. There is no Yoruba man say, Kosi Abuja leyin ope. Yoruba will say, there is no Abuja leyin ope. There is no any way to eat. There is no way, even any session there is nothing they can talk now. There is nothing they can do. The National Assembly should write their name in the history of this country. And this is a time that they should go beyond partisanship. This is a time you should go beyond talking of PDP or APC or any other party. You should make sure you save life, not only saving this nation. You should make sure you save life. You save life of the people of 200 Nigerians. And you should make sure you save the most popular black nation in the world. You should make sure you save this country running to anarchy. Now, there is a content of anarchy now. And I know the government will roll out army. By the time you roll out army, what will happen? And we don't pray for diarchy.
All right, thank you so much, Iba Gani Adams, the area on Akakanfo of Yoruba land, for your time on The Morning Show.
Hi, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time or first day of coming across my YouTube channel or seeing my face, you are highly welcome. Leave comments to my canal. My name is Linda Chukwuezi. It's coming as Miguel. That red button that says subscribe, and you turn on the notification bell so that you'll be able to get information on notifications.
Bis zum nächsten Video und einen schönen Tag. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Bis man subscribe to Linda's TV show. What are you waiting for? Click on that red button that says subscribe. You turn on the notification bell so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Leave your comments down below and share this video with your friends, families, and colleagues until we meet again in my next video. Bye bye.